The day I took an Enneagram test, it really read me down, read me to filth. If you don't know what that is, apparently just like a personality test, 9 true personalities. To be honest, I didn't know what it was before. I've only heard about it because I watched the Chaperone interview on Call Her Daddy. The interview, Chapel talks about it, and I think she said that she's like an 8 or something. And I've taken my fair share of personality tests in the day. I'm that person that's like, oh, I love to know about your zodiac. I love to know your Myers-Briggs, I think. I love to know those IDRL labs. So I was very surprised that I never had taken an Enneagram test before. Either which way, you know what you're all waiting for. What was my answer? I'm a 3. I'm a 3. And apparently a 3 is called the achiever. But I looked it up and word on the street is Beyonce might be a 3. So that's fine with me. But it did have a lot to say. So I would just like to read you all what it told me about me. That was very true. Okay, apparently on this website it says that 3s are also called the chameleon. So let's just get right into it. Okay, it says 3s organize their lives around objectives so as to receive recognition and admiration of others. Whatever field their activity may be in, 3s want to be recognized as one of the best in the field. They are confident and believe they will succeed in whatever they attempt, and they often do. They are ambitious beings, objective-driven, determined, and efficient. They are very tactful and are charismatic charmers. They have strong skills in relationship and are very adaptable. I would say so. They are very good at networking and know how to sell themselves in an attractive way. Well, well, well. Didn't know that one. It says here, when they are in the grips of their compulsion, 3's ego can make them vain and liars to themselves as much as to others. Moving on. They tend to change appearance by embodying a role that they believe to be a projection of achievement and success, which enables them to avoid the feelings of failure and to maintain the approval of others by incarnating what they value. They often get so wrapped up in their role that they forget their internal me. Been there, but it's not all bad, okay? This is underdeveloped, okay? If you're a 3 and you act like that, you need to develop. Because there was a one that I was reading, and there was also a YouTube video that I watched that explained 3s beautifully, and unfortunately I don't think he finished the series, which is honestly quite sad. I hope that he's, as a person, that he's fine. He just happened to quit YouTube and God forbid anything happened to him. But luckily I think he did 3s and I think he got to 4. I don't know for sure though. Either which way, it was a very wonderfully done YouTube video that talked about the average 3 and the underdeveloped 3 and the healed 3, which I think, hopefully, it's coming across as that I am now a healed 3 and I am well aware of, this self-image. Anyway though, it says on this other website, it says, people of this personality type need to be validated in order to feel worthy. They pursue success and want to be admired. This is not making me sound great, huh? They are frequently hardworking, competitive, and are highly focused in the pursuit of their goals, whether their goal is to be the most successful salesman in the company or the sexiest woman in their circle. You don't know that. You don't know if I feel that way or not. They are often self-made and usually find some area in which they can excel and thus find the external approbation which they so desperately need. These are socially competent, often extroverted, and sometimes charismatic. They know how to present themselves, self-confident, practical, driven. This part right here that I hate to admit, they are a little bit right. While 3s do tend to succeed in whatever realm they focus their energies, they are often secretly afraid of becoming or being losers. You guys don't think I'm a loser, right? Anyway, 3s can sometimes find intimacy difficult. Ooh, let's not get into that one. Listen, it says 3s are often generous and likable, but are difficult to really know. Which is true, because, again, during that time where I was operating as a underdeveloped 3, there was a time where I didn't even know myself because I was just trying to create the right self for everybody else. I didn't know myself. I didn't love myself. Whatever. So basically at the end here, it says that threes can mistype themselves as, you know, fives or twos or an eight, because it's just like a lot of overlap that happens. But it says, regardless, the core type of the type 3 fixation is the deep need for external validation. Why did I make this video? Why am I making this video? But no, it's fun. It's fun. That's me. That's who I am. So take it or leave it, buddy. No, for real. I want to know what... Okay, here's this one. I want to know what website I saw, though, that, like, really talked about enneagrams, like, in this very in-depth way. And I will link all these websites that I'm reading this stuff off of in my in the description, so make sure to check that out. But it says, you know, for a harmonious balance, when they are at peace with themselves and have their compulsion under control, threes are optimistic, thoughtful, dedicated to their work. You guys know that one. Motivated, competitive, sociable, helpful, charismatic, and competent. They are at ease when they have reached the level of success that they aimed for, gained the image they wanted, and received admiration from others. Then they lean towards the integration type, which is apparently a type 6, and the positive traits of the latter are adopted into their behavior. Huh, interesting. They become less concerned with their image and commit themselves to people who they can be more loyal to and with whom they can become more altruistic. To be very honest, I don't really know what altruistic means. Should we look it up? Altruistic. What? Why does this say? It says showing a disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others, but then it says unselfish. What? I feel like that it didn't really that didn't help me at all. That didn't really make sense to me, because what do you mean you're showing a disinterest and selfless concern for the well-being of others, but that also means that you're unselfish? I don't really get that.